As the year 2025 comes to a close, I cannot let this year end without telling you the story of how I almost died in Eswatini. All right, here we go. Okay, so when I first arrived to the kingdom of Eswatini, my dad was already waiting there with the team that traveled with him for a conference that he was speaking at. And so when I arrived, he had scheduled for us to all go to a game reserve. Now, this is the second time I've ever been on something like this, and I was really excited. So it was about 4 p.m. and we load up into the truck and then we head out into the safari. What we saw was amazing, and our tour guide really educated us about the animals. Told us about the behavior of the animals, their differences in their makeup, and how they live. One really cool thing I learned though is that giraffes actually have a unique spot pattern that identifies them. It's very similar to like the human fingerprint, so no two patterns are the same. And when a mother giraffe has a baby, it actually takes the baby away from the group, where it'll be alone with the mother until the baby is able to recognize the unique pattern of its mother. It's really amazing. And so it's a reminder of how amazing God is. Like, he is the ultimate designer, and I was in absolute awe of God's creation. Anyway, so we continue along and we get to the largest part of the reserve. Now, this part is where they have the lions and elephants and more of the like animals that a lot of people really want to see. However, this part of the reserve only has 2 exits. So when we first entered the gate, we were greeted by this huge elephant. And as we kept going, we came up across lions that were ahead of us, and they were just taking a nice stroll, and they were walking in our pathway. So we had to take our time to follow them from a distance until they decided to move out of the way. However, this was the problem. Remember, I said at the time that we started, it was around 4 p.m., right? Usually these safaris are done early in the morning. So the sun is setting, and now the tour guide tells us we need to get out of this area before it gets dark, because at night is when the lions get active because they're going to be hunting, and it was actually getting dark pretty quickly. So we're trying to rush and leave, but the lions are walking in front of us, taking their sweet time, and there was no real way for us to go around them without there being like the risk of them getting like triggered and like pounding on us. So we're just driving behind them so slow, trying to get to the other exit that is at the other end of this part of the reserve. Remember, this is the only other exit because the entrance that we came out of is like so far behind us now, and so we're going to the only other exit to get out. So the guide decides to turn around and try to go back to the original exit that we came in through. And then as we get close to the gate, all of a sudden the driver hits the brakes and we come to a complete stop out of nowhere. Why? The elephant that we first saw is standing at the side of the road and sees us and is now walking into the road towards us. The tour guide starts backing up. We're backing up slowly, and we're hoping that eventually the elephant will get distracted and move out of the way so we can get to the gate. It doesn't stop. It keeps coming towards us, and then it starts flapping its ears, which the tour guide informed us means that this elephant is about to charge at us. So at this point, my heart has dropped into my stomach, and the driver starts speeding in reverse to get as far away from this elephant as possible, but it would not stop coming towards us. Mind you, we are driving backwards in the same path where the lions were just taking their evening stroll. There's lions behind us. I guess it was sitting in the back with no back window, like a fresh little piece of New York meat for these lions to eat. Eventually, we were able to back up out of the line of sight of the elephant. And then the tour guide decides to do a quick U-turn to go back into the direction of the second exit that we were going to in the path when we were following the lion. By this time, it is pitch black outside. All we have as light is the headlights of the truck. And the lions are nowhere to be found, so they're just waiting in the bushes, ready to pounce. Well, we're just trying to find the exit. At this point, I stopped recording because I am afraid for my life. It got serious real quick. So we're all in the truck, praying that God will get us out. Somebody starts speaking in tongues. I'm here quoting Psalms 23, Psalms 91, Psalms 150, Psalms 1, Psalms 2, Psalms 3. Every psalm that there is in the Bible, 1 to 150, even 119 that has over 100 verses, I was quoting. I was scared. I'm trying so hard not to panic, and the truck is like speeding through this tall grass trying to get out. And that's when I realized this might be the end. I'm praying and I'm like, God, I guess this is it. It's been great, and thank you for the experiences that I've had. I guess this is how it ends. But then I'm also praying. I'm like, God, please let this be something that we can look back and laugh at when we survive. Please let us survive. Finally, we reach the gate. We get out. They lock the gate behind us. And the biggest sigh of relief just comes out of me. And at this point, I am ready to go back to New York.
Never doing this again. To everybody that is watching this, I want you to know that we have survived. God has saved us from the mouth of the lion and the bear
and the elephant.
Yea, though we drove through the valley of the shadow of death,
Amen.
we feared no evil.
Amen. For God was with us.
Mommy, I love you. I love you guys so much. Say hi, everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh, I need to go back to New York. When God gives us a warning sign, we should just obey. This is a sign to go home. Pitch black. Can't see a thing. Mind you, the driver has told us that we need to get out of this area before it gets dark because that's when lions start hunting. So I'm starting to, reminisce over my life. My life is flashing before my eyes because it looks like the end. It looks like the end.
Funke!